Okay, so this series, or whatever you want to call it, I'm going to use it as somewhat of as a like a video journal. So if you want to call it, it's not really a vlog because I'm not taking you through the day. That's more of my idea on Instagram and TikTok, with the shorter uh, videos, the short videos, the reels and the TikToks. This is more of a like me just talking to the camera about basically whatever is happening or whatever has happened, and maybe plans and ideas that and maybe lessons and things that I've learned myself that other people might get value from. So it's more for like a journal for me, so I can look back at videos, but also kind of for my younger self. So if I knew the things that I knew now when I was 18, 17, 16, when I was first getting into the business space into the online world, that it would be a completely different game. But obviously I had to go through what I went through, and I'm glad for all of it to get to the point that I'm at now. But so that's just a quick frame, which is one thing that I want to talk about as well, frame at some point, of how this is going to be. So technically, and I'll start the rest of the videos off by saying this, that this is day one of making £100,000 per month by the end of 2024. So that is my goal for this year. That is my main goal. I don't really have an aim with the YouTube or anything. I'm just going to speak and talk, because I like to. Back in the UK, there wasn't many people for me to talk to about online business, about psychology, about sales, about all of that kind of thing, business, anywhere close to me. But when I came out to, I'm currently in Vietnam now. I flew over 3-4 days ago, and I was in Thailand, in Chiang Mai. But being in Phuket and Chiang Mai, so it's completely different. Like, I was bumping into gaming world champions. I was bumping into Muay Thai world champions just at the hotel, and also at the Muay Thai gym that I was training at as well. So this one, and when I'm watching it back, maybe like a year from now or whatever, it might be all over the place because it's the first one, and I normally journal on the computer or on this, and I like that because it helps with everything. Like, it helps with meditation, it helps clear the mind, and I use it as somewhat of as a mind dump. So whenever my mind is running a bit crazy and going off on one, I journal and use it as a tool, kind of like Stoicism. Stoicism, as I think it was Epictetus said, is a tool for certain situations in life, and it's the same that I use journaling. So there's a few different topics that I guess I can hit on, and I might make some different videos of like how journaling helps, or sales. My experience in high ticket sales, selling a $15,000 upfront offer, frame in sales, and frame in life, because I learned so much from that. Or even more personal videos. That's what I want this to be like, mixed in with like personal things that have happened, which is what I'll talk about today. So basically, what I'll talk about on here is just everything that I've done in terms of, not this year but last year, in terms of the traveling up to this point. So there's somewhat of a base there, and then every other video, then it'll just be, what's happened that day, or anything that's happened recently, or things that I remembered and like, oh, okay, this can be a lesson. So maybe I'll do separate videos, but that's just how I'm feeling. I'm just going to talk. So I'm in Vietnam now, in Da Nang, and it's cool here. It's nice, but it's raining at the moment, but the weather is picking up. So, and basically what I did was got a one-way flight to Thailand. basically. And my mentality was that for some reason I knew that there'd be some kind of change, like ideally a big change, so that I can get out of the UK of the known and push myself just into the unknown, and then grow to a point where the old version of me is unrecognizable, and I can grow the business. Then I can travel more and do different things. But it was more about just me changing my whole environment, and so that it would be easier for that change, because it was hard for me back in the UK, because I live I'm from near Liverpool, and so it was hard for me there to change, because there was so much, maybe it's just excuses, but it felt so much harder there to change. Like there was so much more resistance, whereas here I feel free and I can do whatever. So basically, last year I traveled quite a bit. But this time, so last year I stayed in Portugal for just nearly over 2 months. Then I went to Madeira, a few different places in Europe. But the most important one was this time. And I first booked the one-way flight from Liverpool to Cyprus. And I met up with two of my good friends there, two brothers, who are also in the business online space. Met up with them, stayed there for around a month. It was pretty nice there. Started training some more Muay Thai. Then booked just one day, woke up and was just like, the thought came to my mind, because we'd been training Muay Thai, so I'd been thinking about it of going to Thailand, and I'd wanted to go for ages, either Bali, Thailand, or wherever. And one day I just woke up and was just like, do you want to go to Thailand? to the boys. And we thought for a bit, had a look at the tickets and whatever, and just went, yeah, go on, let's go. So basically just booked the ticket then. 2 days later, got on the plane. I think it was, can't remember which plane company it was, but got on the plane, flew, I think it was 13 hours, 13 hours, something like that, to Phuket. Then stayed in Phuket for around 2 months. And the majority of those 2 months was focused on Muay Thai. So, yeah, like started off once a day, doing Muay Thai 1 time a day. Then some days it was 2 times a day. But the routine I got into was mainly always 1 time in the morning, and then I'd either go and watch the second time and do a little bit by myself on the bag, or do the second session as well at the end of the day. And I'm glad that I did it, because I got so much better at Muay Thai in Thailand than I did in the UK. Even though I had a great coach in the UK, but here in Thailand it's different. Like there's all of the coaches I've got tons of experience. Like they've been fighting since they were kids, so they've got hundreds of fights already under their belt. So it was completely different. So yeah, stayed in Phuket for 2 months, then got a flight. So that was with the 2 friends that I met up in Cyprus. Then around Christmas time, just before Christmas, booked a flight to Chiang Mai. And then the 2 friends that I was with, they went back to Wales. I went back to the UK for Christmas. And honestly, that's where, basically when I started traveling solo. I say solo, but it's not really, because the skill sets that I've got and I've learned, and I can talk about this as well. I want to do a video on this in terms of communication with people and meeting new people. I've built that skill up. So for me, meeting new people it's easy, but it's even easier in Thailand and places like this, because a lot of people here have got the same kind of mindset. So a lot of people read good books. A lot of people understand somewhat of psychology. And also there's a lot of people that are in online business as well, whether it's they've got an online role, whether they're doing UGC, whether they've got a brand, a personal brand, whether they're doing the TikTok daily, the Instagram Reels daily, like videos around Thailand, like trying mango sticky rice for the first time. stuff like that. All those kinds of people, like it's so much easier to just be like, hey man, where are you from? And then the conversation, you've already got somewhat of the same wavelength. And you can kind of tell that with certain people. Well, I can anyway. Plus Muay Thai, the Muay Thai gym helps as well to meet people. So I've got 2 friends that I met in Phuket in the gym. Met them up again in Chiang Mai and spent a decent amount of time with them. And well, it's one friend and his girlfriend as well. And then I'm here in Da Nang, and then they're gonna fly over next week as well, and we'll meet up. So yeah, it's good. I've been through a lot of different things. Chiang Mai, I would say, is the best so far. Best place I've ever been to, I would say. I like the vibe of it. I like the people there, just everything, like the energy there is so good. Here, Da Nang, it's growing on me. It is growing on me. But I like Chiang Mai better so far, but it might change here. We'll see. I feel like it's a lot easier to get work done here and focus in. Maybe because I'm completely by myself, but we'll see. So that's basically where I've been in this period of time. So it's been about 4 months that I've been away from home in the UK. So now that was mainly focused on traveling. Like I didn't do any work for the past 6-7 months. Before that, I had a high ticket sales role. So, okay, I'll say what I did before that, and then I'll go back to the beginning and then kind of do the story of everything that I've done. So before that, I was in a high ticket sales role. First, this was early last year. Yeah, early last year, so 2023, early 2023. Started worked for one company. They ended up hiring in-house, so I moved on to a different company. The first one was a roofing social media marketing agency, which was doing a decent amount. Then I started working for a company who was helping agencies scale, so helping social media marketing agencies scale. And their offer was said it was 100% pay-per-close deal. So that means that it was, the clients only paid % commission on the deals that the company that I was working for helped them close. So it was 15%, I think it was. But the only catch was that the companies had to pay $15,000 up front. So it wasn't a 100% pay-per-close deal. It was a $15,000 upfront offer with commission-based as well. So it was a good offer. But working with them, I learned a lot because I had a sales coach that was awesome, ridiculous at sales. And he taught me a lot, and I learned a lot through taking that many sales calls, like hundreds of sales calls that I took. I learned a lot, and started closing deals for them, 15,000 up front, and the commission was good. It started at 15%, so I got 15% of every deal that I closed, and that was good. But I mainly did it to learn, and also before that, because I had hardly any money in the bank, was to just get some money in as well. So went through that period. I think that was about 6 months that I was doing that. And then after that, we ended up, I won't say any names or who it was, but the company that I was working for, I realized that, because I was a bit disconnected from the back end and the delivery. So I realized that they weren't getting the results that they were promising. And my own integrity and values, I can't sell something that I'm not convicted in, that I don't have conviction in. And also that I can't sell something that I know isn't going to get them the results as well. Like I just can't do it. So we ended up agreeing, okay, well, I said, I'm not gonna continue working with you. And then moved on with a friend of mine that I'm still friends with, the ones that I traveled Cyprus and Thailand with, his business. Joined up with him, and then started selling his product, which we basically ended up partnering on, because I created the course, and then we were basically just working on it together for a period of time. And then that was the point where I was in Portugal at that time. Then when I came back to the UK, that's when all the momentum just stopped. Like, stopped working on it, stopped doing anything. And then that's when I started traveling more. So now the goal is 100K per month by the end of this year. And my first goal is what I've said to myself, is that I'm not allowed to leave Thailand. I'm not allowed to go back to the UK until I'm making at least £10,000 per month profit, or just £10,000 per month. And to be brutally transparent, like I said, I haven't been working for the past 6 months, so at the moment there's no money coming in. So I'm at zero at the moment, currently at £0 per month, and the goal by the end of the year is 100K per month by 2025, so by the end of 2024. So basically 0 to 100K in 1 year. Now, I believe I can do it, and even if I don't hit it this year, even hitting half of that would be awesome. 50K per month would be cool. And my goal with it is just to, like, if anyone watches these, to have people see the journey from how I act, how I record the videos now, how I speak now, and the things that I'm talking about, what I've learned from now until I hit that 100K. And every day I'll be posting a video just to, I don't know how long this is, and I doubt it, every single one of them will be this long, but just more of a longer form video that, yeah, I guess I can come back and watch, skip through and see, and if anyone else watches them, it can get value. Like, if you're watching it now, you can get value from. So that's basically the goal. That's where I've been up to. In terms of when I started in the online space, it was, I was 17. So in the UK, we have, it's called college. And it's from the ages of 17 to 18, 16, 17, 18, I think. And just before the second year, so the first summer holiday after the first year of college, so I was 17. In that summer holiday, I was looking into trading, like Forex and stuff like that, just ways to make money online, and like real estate, with Sam, whatever his name is, Samuel Leeds, looking at his stuff. But basically at that point started watching like Jason Capital, Iman Gadzi, back in I don't even know what year that was, 2018 maybe. So I was 17 at that point, started watching all those videos, Jordan Platten, Ty Lopez, all of them, but mainly like Jason Capital, Elliot Hulse, those kind of people. Started looking at the trading, then tried the trading on like a fake account, watched a couple of courses on it, then saw social media marketing. And I think it was Jordan Platten and Iman that I saw first, so I started watching their videos and tried starting an agency. Spent 2 years, I want to say, well, around 2 years on that, at least 1 year, 1.5 years on that, trying to get that to work. That failed. I never got a client. And it was frustrating because back then, but I understand what it was now. There was a lot of, probably an excuse, but a lot of it was mental blocks that I worked through from childhood that I wasn't aware of. Not that that matters, because I understand now that your past doesn't have a hold on you, but unless you're aware of it, it can. And it does have a hold on everyone who isn't really aware of it, unless you've got a different mindset. So yeah, spent on that, tried different niches, tried real estate niche. I actually did get a free trial client on the real estate, but we never started because I went on holiday, I think, with my family at that point, which we had hardly any Wi-Fi and I couldn't get it going. So that didn't go anywhere. Real estate, a couple of different niches as well, but failed. Bought a couple of courses first of all, I watched a course, I think it was Jordan Platton's course that I found for free online. Watched through that, started cold calling people. The first cold call took me 2 weeks to even actually, I had every single day for 2 weeks. It was in the summer holiday after I'd finished college. Well, not summer holiday, like just after I finished college. Or even, I was doing exams when I was first doing them. So I tagged the number on my phone. So I created a lead spreadsheet of different restaurants in the area. And I had the restaurant name, I had the owner's name, and I had the number. And I typed the first one in, the number on my phone, and I was holding it in my hand like this. And I just couldn't, for 2 weeks, I couldn't press the call button. And every time I tried to press it, I was like sweating and shaking. And then the first time I did it, I was shaking while I was holding the phone. And it was so hard, I just kind of went press and then waited for them. And I was like kind of holding the phone away from me because I was just scared. I'd never done anything like it before. Took the call. It didn't go very well. I think they just said that the owner wasn't in or something like that, and that they'd take a message. But after that, I started doing more, and then obviously still got nervous initially, but it got easier and easier. So that was the first thing, social media marketing. Then I learned how to get clients through Facebook. So, and I was able to book calls with people quite easily on Facebook. So then I started selling some coaching. So it was how I was getting clients on Facebook. Not clients, but how I was getting calls on Facebook. And that's how I actually got my first client, it was a coaching client on how I was booking calls on Facebook, basically. And he only paid me £200 or $200 or something like that, but it was still, for me, it felt amazing. Then after that still kind of failed as well because I didn't put any effort into it and I was comfortable as well. After that, took 6 months off during COVID. Maybe it was 6 months to a year. And initially went through like I don't want to call it depression, but I was just watching YouTube videos like the whole day on the game Rust, like different videos, like just watching people play Rust, watching people do that. And I would never have done it, but at that point I was actually debating, like just considering what would actually happen if I just did it. Like if I just ended everything. If I just finished. I don't want to say the actual word because I don't know what you're allowed to say and what you're not, but if I did actually end things. And thought about it quite a lot. And at that point, that's where I found God and started looking into the Bible, started reading the Bible, that kind of thing. So then after that, I took 6 months and figured out what I actually believed in, like what is going to be my main belief in life. And I'm so glad I did that. So I was focused on God, on reading the Word, on watching preachers and different videos like that. Just knowing what that main belief was for me. So yeah, that's what I did at that point. Took 6 to 8 months of that. And then after that, that was when I got into the high ticket sales. And then that's when the story goes. And then I came to here. Now, I did at one point meet a girl in the gym, and I'll do a separate video on this, but I learned so much from, because now I don't necessarily believe in heartbreak, the specific word, but I did at the time, and it took me 2 years to get over that whole situation. And so I'll do a different video on that and what I actually learned through that. But yeah, I'll cut it here because I don't know how long it's gone on for, but I feel like I've been talking for ages. So basic premise, just to end the video, is just, this is day one of 0 to 100K by the end of 2024. And I'll just speak on everything I'm doing. So the plan for today is, I had one random inbound lead book in with me. So I'll take that call a bit later on. In fact, it's soon. I'll take that call, see if I can help them. If I can help them, then that'd be great, because it'd get the ball rolling again, get some momentum built up. Closed on probably coaching, or I have a course that I've created, or a couple other things that I can help with as well. But ideally, coaching. Like, what I'm passionate about when I think about it is just helping people who are like me when I was younger and kind of lost. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know where to go. They don't know what to do. Possibly even they're only just getting into the self-development space, and they haven't even started reading yet. They haven't started going to the gym, or they've just started going to the gym. Anyone in that spectrum around that, and kind of teaching them the lessons that I learned over those 4 or 5 years that can be condensed into a couple of calls to understand logically. So hopefully that'll be all right, and hopefully I can help them and get them results. If not, that's cool. I'll start working on something else. But other than that, the plan for today is I'm gonna create a reel a bit later on, post that on Instagram and TikTok, post this. What else? Figure out basically the plan of what to move forward. I'll probably do a Facebook post as well, just get it out, because I want to do one of those every single day. And yeah, probably go for a bit of food later, and check out a bit more of Da Nang, because I've only had one bit of Vietnamese food. Beef noodles is all I've had so far, so I want to try some other things. So yeah, I'll cut the video there, and yeah, maybe I'll record another one, or see what happens from here. But that is day one of 0 to £100,000 per month by the end of 2024. Let's get it.